Okay, so why does this method work? Well, one way to think about it is to think of the elementary row operations as a matrix multiplication. So let's say I swap some rows around. I'll describe that as multiplying A by operation matrix P1. And then let's say I multiply another row by a scalar. So I'll describe that as P2. And so we can keep chaining these elementary row operations together until we arrive at the identity matrix. And of course, over here, we started with the identity matrix, and we have to perform the same operations on that. So in the end, this becomes this. So another way to write that is that A times P1, P2, Pn is the identity matrix, right? This becomes this. So in order for taking A and multiplying it by something, and then getting the identity matrix, in order for that to happen, well, this something really is the inverse of A, isn't it? If you multiply A by its inverse, you get the identity matrix. So this set of operations is the inverse. And that's why the same set of operations here applied to the identity matrix gives you the inverse. Because, in other words, the identity matrix times the inverse is the inverse. Another way to think about it is let's use a 1 by 1 matrix. 1 by 1 matrix. Okay? So we have A is, and we have a scalar, like let's say 42. So employing this method, we have our matrix here, 42. And then we have our identity matrix, right? Which is just 1. So I'm going to multiply by 1 over 42, the whole row. So that gives me 42 divided by 42 and 1 divided by 42. So that is my inverse. And if you think about it, I mean, that makes sense because A times A minus 1 equals the identity matrix. Or in other words, 42 times 1 over 42 equals 1. Okay, thanks for watching.